That's it. Good to see you guys. Big how's it to the great man, the tech man himself, Julio, and the man in this hot seat, Mr. Mark Watt. Great having you here this evening. It is Paul Mark and the Tech Guy, and I tell you, it's a show where we just get together and we have a little bit of fun. We're talking about stuff and just making things all happy. Yeah, having a little bit of fun around it, topical stuff, talking about all sorts of stuff. And here we are at Northwest FM. How you doing, boys?
Really good.
Hey, going pretty well. Now, Julio, I've got a bit of a bone to pick for you to start off the show, mate. Like the intro, mate, you've got your good shirt on. You just try to show Paul and I up a bit, mate, with the clothing you chose to wear on the intro, mate. I mean, what's behind all that, buddy?
Oh, just sometimes you just have to show the best light of yourself, before actually the real time comes through.
Paul and I are looking pretty casual, and you're trying to show us up a little bit there, mate, I feel, and just looking like the sophisticated guy.
That's right. How about next time I just film you guys in suits? So next time I come in the office, you guys wear suits, and we'll have you guys coming in with suits on. Okay.
Well, well, how are you, Julio? It's good to see you, mate.
Yeah, really good. I am. I'm pretty good. I'm looking forward to the show and see what we're going to get up to tonight. And yeah, it'll be really interesting.
Paul, how you going, mate?
Mate, I'm just hanging in there. Like, what would be a show without some technical difficulties?
Well, that's right. Well, I'll tell you what, we had a few technical difficulties at the MCG on Sunday night to start the week off. I mean, the old Bombers, mate, they lost the game on Sunday night, and Julio's mob, the Tigers, they won, and the Pies, mate, that's no good.
Yeah. No, that's it, yeah. No, that's pretty much the Tigers are totally out this year, so I'm not even going to discuss that.
Where are they on the ladder? Let's have a look. Where are they on the ladder? Tigers?
I think the 9th.
I think about
11th. 11th, weren't they?
Have they moved up? Have they?
They did at one stage.
Come on, mate.
Come on, give me something to hope about. Come on, there's a bit of hope.
They're 17th, mate.
What about
17 on the ladder. If you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but if that's 17 on the ladder, check it out.
There you go, 17. Yeah. I was 7 out. Yeah.
But Julio, are you excited about Dusty's 300?
I haven't done. Yes, it'll really be amazing to see it. So it'll be really good. Not as good as Essendon though. They had some really long-term members on your side. So
yeah, we've had some good long-term friends and that. But so it's a big night tonight, boys. We've got lots to talk about, lots of things to think about. We haven't got a guest tonight, but I suppose in some ways we're all guests tonight. And we're going to interview each other and see what we're on about. Paul, I don't know what are you on about tonight?
Well, mate, I mean, I thought, you normally do the rant session, and I thought I might start up with a couple of rants, at the start of the program, but rant about something, rant about my flight to Indonesia and back. But funnily enough, I've incorporated in the top 7 at 7. So stick around for that one. That's going to be pretty awesome. But I think tonight's really, it's just about, having a conversation, because that's what we are here at Paul Mark and the Tech Guy show here at 98.9 Northwest FM. It's a discussion between three blokes in a podcast form, radio show, talking everything, communities, sports, current and controversial news, and of course, tech. So let's just do that. I mean, I think, we miss our guests. We don't have one this evening, but let's just, open up and just say, what's on your mind? And let's do it. And I want to encourage people, if you are listening to the show, which I know you are, jump online, give us a call at the station here at 989. I can give you the number, sure. I get Mark to give you the number. Give us a call or text us, and then, or jump onto our Facebook page, Community Heart. Believe it or not, I must admit, if I can just say this, Marcus and the Tech Guy, I need to encourage people tonight to jump on and follow our page, Paul, Mark and the Tech Guy. That's the Facebook page, because what's happened is Facebook's done the dodge on us and it's stopped us from live streaming this show, Paul, Mark and the Tech Guy. Yeah, we can't live stream on our Facebook page, Paul, Mark and the Tech Guy. Okay, so it's actually coming out via Community Heart, which was one of our old programs that we used to play with. So I want to encourage you, if you're listening tonight on this page, jump over to Paul Mark and the Tech Guy Facebook page and follow us. All right, because by the end of the show, I need 100 followers. So we're currently, Marcus, because the Tech Guy knows, we're at 31 followers. We need 100 in order for us to be able to live stream the show next week. So you reckon we'll be able to pull?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can get that easy because how many followers have we got on Community Heart? Julia, how many have we got on Community Heart?
Good call. I think it's 300 and something on Community Heart.
Okay, well, we're not hitting millions of people tonight, but you know, we're starting small and we're building. We're building.
Correct. Yeah, that's it.
We'll get to 1,000 by the end of the show.
So what was that, mate? 100 by the end of the show?
We're having a bit of a search here.
Testing 1, 2, 3. 100 followers.
Yeah, 100 followers. Oh, sorry, Mark. We've grown pretty far on Community Heart now. So Community Hearts, we're up to 770.
Wow, 770. There you go. That's a few, mate. That's a few. Not as many friends as Julio's got on his Facebook page, but he's trying to keep them undercover. He's not sharing them all to our page. And so if you're listening tonight, get on the chat. We want to hear from you. We want to connect with you tonight. Big night of connection tonight. With some big topics to talk about, and we need your input. We need your help with the topics tonight. So we want to hear from our guests, don't we, Julio? Our listeners.
That's right. Yeah, they're on the chat message right now on the other one. So we can start getting Community Heart listeners back into here.
Paul Mark, the tech guy. Hey, I've got to ask the question, guys. What's been your favourite show so far? So, tech guy, what's the favourite one? Can you pick one out of our group of wonderful guests that we've had so far this year?
I've got to say the last show was pretty good. Just talking about the someone actually in the. I quite like the shows where you got people that are actually doing something for themselves, like the mum that actually was making clothing for her child and made a business out of that, or even I forgot what is the name of the blind.
Maddie's my favourite show. He was super.
He's really inspirational. He really knows, where he's going in life, and that's fantastic to see someone in his position to do that.
So we got Maddie, who was a challenger around site, right? What about Dave, mate? FRH. Dave's a classic. He's in Scotland. He's actually sunning. He's getting a tan at the moment. He's Mark's mate. He's actually getting a tan, and he's a classic guy. He was full of strength, don't you think?
Yeah. He is.
Was he your favourite show, Paul?
I reckon. Look, I mean, I love Matt. Every show is a great show for me because we're all learning, But there are obviously some standouts. But David certainly took me to another level. I reckon. Give me a little bit of punch. You know what I mean? Like,
Now, Paul, my questions for Julio is that obviously we do a lot of the shows to help Julio out. We're trying to help him. We're giving him guidance. We're giving him personal coaching. We're giving him all sorts of stuff. Julio, what difference has the show made to you? What have you learnt this year? All the stuff's been heading towards you, helping you in your life. What's your reflections on what you've learnt?
Oh, I've learnt a lot. I've learnt that, around Mark, I need to make sure I've got a nice plate of armor on my back just for those knives to make sure they bounce off correctly. I've also learnt to have a really thick skin altogether, just all around, because you just don't know what direction it's going to come from. So it's been really, really helpful in my life.
What have we tried to get you involved in this year? Have we tried to get you involved in anything?
Let me see. I got diets, I've got dancing, I've got Pilates, I've got yoga, I've got involving in the industry with the blind, with Dave making t-shirts and stuff. So I got a lot on my plate. Also baby gear as well. So
Oh, that's right. You got to help out the baby gear. That's right.
That's right.
Now,
yeah. So
I don't know where Paul's taken off to, but we've always got tech issues on the tech show. I don't know. Why do you think that is, Julio?
Well, it seems to be all on your end. Mine's pretty good over here. Like I'm just controlling a desk and managing stuff, what's going on in between the worlds. But looks like I might have to go into that studio and start doing some tech wizardry around the place.
I think you should, mate. I think you should. So sorry about that. I just had to depart and just do an audio check outside in the studio to make sure our guests in the lounge can hear the sounds. But
a big live audience here tonight. So, g'day, live audience. Good to see you all there. And it's great to have a live audience here for a change. And it's just so great to see everyone packed in here at 98.9 Northwest FM.
Yeah, that's
exactly right. It's very good. Very good, mate. So
Now,
if you
I've got to ask you guys a big question tonight.
okay, what is it? What is it?
I want to talk about dogs.
Dogs.
Oh, dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, look. Now, how do you think you can, like, I've got a friend that's had a few issues with a friend or her uncle's dog, actually. Her uncle's dog who has got a great relationship with her uncle, but her uncle had to go away and left her with the dog. And she's been trying to control this dog or sort of, and she's a very soft-hearted person. So I think she's been talking to the dog, patting the dog. But in terms of trying to put the lead on the dog sort of snarls and, she can't get the lead on, but the dog's happy for her to pat the dog, but putting the lead on just sort of gives a bit of a growl. And I think she's scared that the dog might bite her. And so, with dogs, do you go the softly approach and just sort of try and counsel the dog as traumatized dog? Or do you try and get a bit more discipline? Or, I mean, how do you manage dogs? Have you guys got dogs?
Yeah, I've got 2. So
2 dogs.
No
so
dogs,
what's
mate.
your approach, Julio? Is it the sort of the counselling, nurturing, pat the dog and just saying all nice things to it? Or is it more the discipline approach?
A bit of both. So pretty much the way that I do with the dogs is treats. So any action they do that you reward them for. Leads are a special topic. So you're probably better off going somewhere to find out what sort of lead how the old owner used to look after it. Just ask some questions.
Well,
how did you get it around?
Well, in this case, the owner's not there, but all she's trying to do is put a collar on the dog and a lead, but the dog won't have any of it. And, so do you sort of, what would you do, Paul?
I'll probably take it to the vet and get the vet to put the lead on.
I thought you were going a different direction there, Paul.
Well, no, I mean, obviously you've got to create a warmth and like you're saying, Tech Man, a nurture and try to get the dog, get that behavioural element, the dog to enjoy or like. You know what I mean? So
hang on, mate. This dog loves her. This dog loves her, mate. Loves her, but doesn't want to do anything she wants the dog to do. Like the dog cuddles her and lets her pat her and can't stand her. When she leaves the room, the dog starts crying. So the dog really loves her. But in terms of discipline, in terms of getting the dog to do what we want the dog to do, the dog doesn't want anything of it.
Okay, well,
maybe the lead. Maybe the lead. Just put the lead on first.
Could be the lead. Yeah,
you can't get the lead on. Now, you blokes seem very passive here. You just.
I'm passive because I don't have a dog, mate. Don't have a dog.
You don't have a dog.
I don't have pets, man.
Look, I never used to. I've never used to use leads to do for starting a dog. I used to have like a rope lead, which is like it's like a rope with a latch on it. So you put it around its neck and it tightens up as soon as you pull it. Yeah. And then use that as a walking the dog technique to begin with.
Okay.
And that seemed to work for me. And then introduce the lead afterwards.
Do you want to draw that out for Mark? Because I don't think Mark can visualize that. Because you put something in.
Have you ever had a dog bite you, Julio?
Yes, I have. Heaps
of bites.
I've had bites, mate, and I don't have dogs. I had dogs when I was growing up, but
I don't know what's happened to John Michael, but John Michael reckons we look handsome. So I don't know what show he's looking at, but how's that? With the likes of beards?
Maybe John knows what's the strategy, Marcus.
Well, I don't think John's got animals. I don't know. I have to ask you, but he's an image coach, and he reckons we look pretty good. You better put his message up there on the screen, Julio, because that's not a bad message, mate, to publicise. Not very often.
Looking good.
Looking forward to having you on the show in a couple of weeks. Oh yeah.
We'll go next week. Next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Next week we got Johnny Michael, and we can ask him whether he's got any dogs. But wonder he doesn't have a beard himself these days, but looks like he likes our beards. So, Paul, you've been bitten by a dog. Tell us.
Challenge our audience. Can someone give us a call, or can someone jump onto Facebook here at Community Heart? As well on our page, unfortunately, but and tell us what is the secret to getting a dog to allow to put on a collar? I mean, surely someone out there who's listening can tell us.
Yeah,
what do you think, Mark?
Exactly.
Now, Paul, can you just tell us how you got bitten by a dog when you don't even own a dog?
Well, that's many years ago, mate. Many years ago, as I was growing up as a young teenager, we had dogs, my family. And, of course, I was the one having to clean the dog, whatever you call it, the dog thing, where they live. It's not my dog. I've got to clean it, feed it, clean it, a couple of tussles. But no, they're beautiful. Absolutely wonderful animals. Had a Chihuahua and a Silky Terrier, cross.
You got bit by a Chihuahua.
Got bit by a Chihuahua. Arr, arr, arr,
Oh, wow.
But, great.
Well, this
great
is a
dog.
big,
sharp teeth.
dog.
I remember, very sharp.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is a decent sized dog, this one. Julio, what about you, mate?
Yeah.
Tell us about when you got bitten by a dog.
I got bitten by a dog, next door neighbour's dog. So they had German Shepherds, and they seemed tame at the time. And then one day, of course, like playing cricket as a kid, ball went over the fence. Looked at the German Shepherds. They looked at me with wagging tails. As soon as we were in the backyard, everything changed. So yeah,
it's an interesting. Okay, you've just brought up a really interesting point, Marcus. Right. So we go walking here. I know you've got the big Larapinda challenge coming up, and you need to be walking, mate. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But what is the deal? What is the deal? Thanks, Matt. Again. Let's go. Click the finger. What is the deal with walking, right? And you got all these lovely couples, all these singles walking their dog on these major long leashes, and you're walking, and you've got to walk onto the grass rather than the dog walking on the grass. I mean, what's going on in this world, right? So I'm walking on the footpath, and then you come up and you see this, lovely lady with a couple of small little dogs on major long leashes, and guess who's got to walk on the road? What?
yeah.
What's going on?
But why are you scared of the dog, mate? Why are you scared of the dog?
Scared of the dog, mate. The only way I can get around the dog is to go onto the road.
No,
because I don't know what's going on with these blokes. In the old days, we weren't scared of dogs. Oh, that's it.
That's cute.
That
looks like a good little.
He pulls around the dog's head. You put it around the head, so they don't really feel anything. Then he pulls tight as soon as you grab it.
I might give that to my friend to see if she can get the dog into that. So, Julio, would you come from behind and surprise the dog, or what would you do? Because these dogs are smart, mate. They're smart.
They are. Yeah. The best thing is I find out that if you show a bit of trust, they'll give you a bit of trust, but there's a point where they sort of don't like doing certain things, or they feel entrapped, so they get scared. And that's when they bite, I noticed. So
okay, so all right. Well, I reckon you guys could be right here. It's the nurturing, kind, caring, understanding approach to dogs. That's the one that maybe that's why I don't have a dog.
It could be, yeah.
Okay, serious, Mark. Would you like a dog?
No.
The problem is this nurturing, caring, kind sort of bit of an issue with Mark. You gotta get over that first, and then we're gonna get it done from Mark. Yeah.
True. True. I
tell you what, these dogs these days got to go to counsellors, mate, because they're traumatized about life. They're not. They're struggling. They got mental health issues. These dogs.
That's it. We moved into 2000, so yes,
exactly.
You got to treat everybody up now.
Exactly. For our wonderful listeners on 98.9 in the radio land, if you're wondering what's happening, we're having a conversation, three blokes talking in a little bit of a radio show, podcast sort of form, talking everything, community, sports, current and controversial news. Paul Mark and the Tech Guy. You want to go jump on a Facebook and then press the following page for Paul Mark and the Tech Guy. Get us up to 100, guys. Come and support us. So next week we can do the live stream on our Facebook page, yeah. But I guess it's probably challenging. Obviously, our listeners out in Radio Land don't necessarily see us on the stream. So you can also see the stream on 98.9 Northwest FM Facebook page as well. Is that right, Tech Guy?
Correct, yes.
Brilliant. Yeah, awesome. So check us out, jump on, follow us. We're talking about dogs and dog leashes, and Mark seems to be he needs some nurturing. He needs a little bit of love. Give out a little bit of love and tender care and all that sort of thing. Mark, how are you feeling at the moment?
Well, we got to get on to Larapinda, and I don't want to hog the stories tonight, guys, but I will. I've got a major challenge. You blokes are just doing life easy, and I've got the challenges. I'm going on a 4 or 5 day hike in 5 weeks, and I'm worried. I'm really worried. I did a few steps on the weekend. My coach didn't turn up, which was bad, but lost my coach.
No, sorry.
But still, I powered on, mate. Powered on.
Yeah.
Yeah, lost my
Great.
coach.
Great
And,
team
but I
synergy,
powered
eh?
on. But I told you I've got to walk 4 hours up a hill and 4 hours down a hill. And I've never walked 4 hours in my life. But anyway, I bought my shoes. I've got my hiking shoes now. So I've got them on tonight. So I'm getting ready.
Oh, good.
So, mate, what's the training regime, guys? I mean, Julio, you're obviously preparing the great man to do the 4 hours up and 4 hours. So it's an 8-hour turnaround, right?
Yes.
What have you done? Where has Mark started to do his training regime? Like, how's it all coming about?
Well, originally it was make sure that he does 2 hours of actual climbing walks. So we went up to areas with a bit of a hill, and I had him tricked for a little while, but then he figured it out and looked at the Melways and found out little shortcuts where he could actually go. So then I got told off for that. So I got to change my routine and find some different ways of training him, so you can't check it out. So yeah. But
I think part of it, Julio, is not just walking, say, 2 hours one day. It's walking 2 hours the next day, and then the following day. Like how do you prepare yourself to go day after a day walking? I mean, you might be able to do a once-off walk, but I reckon coming up the next day and then the day after. What's the secret there, mate?
Well, the secret is like running. So basically, I used to do marathons and half marathons, and you never train yourself for the entire marathon. You do sections of it. So you train yourself up to those sections, and then on the marathon, that's when you do your big day. So you never really push yourself to the entire distance when you first start off the marathons. So you get, like in your case, you're doing 4 hours a day walks. So you push yourself up to 2 hours a day, and then you push one hard 2 hours. In other words, you walk hard for 2 hours. And then you do, as you get closer to the event, you slow down to more shorter, brisk walk, just to keep your legs going, but the rest of your body, ready for what you're going to be doing for those 4 days.
Okay.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. So,
well, I'm trying to raise $3,000 as well, so I'm sure my listeners are going to get behind me. I'll start sending through a few little opportunities, guys, to sponsor me. My great listeners out there, and I'm not taking a dog though, Julio. I'm just taking myself. And the other thing, mate, is a friend of mine said that sticks make it about 10 or 20% easier using walking sticks. Is that true?
Yeah, it does. It helps a lot. So if you can get walking sticks, actually, I might have a spare ones for you, Mark. I used to have a pair in my locker. A friend of mine lent me, so I might still have them. So have a look. If I've got them, you grab those and get practice with those. Probably to make it a lot easier in your back.
Okay.
So
you reckon the sticks will get me up there, or do I have to do something?
No, the sticks will, like, you use your legs, but the sticks at least get your arm involved, so you counter your weight. So it's sort of you're using more of your body than just your legs.
So you actually use sticks to help walk up a gradient.
Yeah, if you use sticks on a gradient, it seems to give you a better balance and better ability for your legs to put up with the distance. So
okay.
a lot of long distance hikers use sticks.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't know that, Paul, did you, mate?
No, I mean I can visualize it. I've seen it, but I'm thinking when you mentioned sticks, I thought like walking sticks. I'm thinking there he goes. But obviously, yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. I mean that's not a bad idea. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I need all
what are your
help.
challenges, Mark? What are you concerned about?
Well,
for this,
I'll tell you a little win I've had, Julio, and this is just between you and me. Is one of my biggest things is I've got a sore back, right? So I've got a bad back, and I've got to walk up this hill, and I've got to carry 5 liters of water. So because I know some of my other walkers, and don't tell them this, I'm sort of been working my way around the crowd saying, look, would you carry a liter of water for me? And most of them say, yeah, I can carry a liter of water. And if I get 5 of them carrying a liter of water, it means I don't have to carry any water. It means I can just walk up the mountain without any water.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that a good strategy?
Oh well, I thought my strategy was a bit better for you, but you seem to fall away from that.
what was your strategy again, Julia?
Oh yeah, no, I like that one.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
I just can't
good
find
for
that
our-
one. That's a
For
good
our,
one. Yeah.
for our friends on Radio Land, it was electric scooter was the strategy. Is that
If
to
you
carry
can
the
see-
water or to carry Mark?
Yeah, to carry both
So
actually.
you got the sticks there. See the sticks?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So that's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
So everybody's got their sticks on.
And they're
for
the type
fitness
of people
training.
I need to carry my water because I'm not going to be able to carry a pack like that. That's for sure. So
Okay.
If you want,
see the hill
Mark,
going up?
if you want to, you can borrow some of my gear, which is my old army stuff, my old backpack with water built in your back. So at least you don't feel it. So just feel built in.
I think that's a great idea, mate. Absolutely great
So-
idea.
Thanks,
Marcus, you need to do that.
champion, mate. Champion.
Yeah.
Or you can
I'll
have.
tell
I've
you
we
got a
get you
vest.
on that.
I've got a running vest. So you've got two 5-liter bottles. Sorry, 2 5-liter bottles on each side in front of you. So you got an option there.
All right. Well, I don't want to hold up the whole thing. I want to hear about Paul's trip because a lot of listeners don't realise this, but Paul's been overseas to 2 countries. That's why we had to stop the show. So, Paul, tell us a bit about your trip overseas, mate. Where'd you go? What did you do?
Well, mate, I reckon we should go for a quick break and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But I went to Indonesia for Jakarta Java Jazz Festival. It was the 19th season jazz, and it's the largest in the Southern Hemisphere. And we a couple of friends of mine and myself, we shot over there and spent 10 days between Jakarta and Bali, and enjoyed the jazz scene in its finest. Over the 10-day period, so it was absolutely sensational.
What do you mean the jazz scene in its finest? What does that actually mean? What do you mean we're talking about finest? What's that mean?
Well, mate, because when you're in the jazz, it's the finest. Let me tell you, when you're out there in the jazz clubs, when you're out there, in the jazz concert environment, it's in its finest mechanism. It's just beautiful. It's cool. It's great. The music's, on par. It's just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. And like I've said to you before, Marcus, you've got to go to experience it because it is just. I mean, if you don't like jazz, fair enough, don't go. But there is a little bit of a mix, especially in the Java Jazz Festival in itself. There's a mix of jazz, pop, soul, R&B. Let me tell you, the local talent is unbelievable. The capacity of local artists is just mind-blowing, and that's the same here in Australia across the globe. But they've just got a heart for music, and to see the local people presenting and doing live gigs is an amazing thing. So yeah, spend 10 days, thereabouts 10 days. But I wanted to, funnily enough, 7 at 7's coming up around the corner, and I wanted to talk about my flight, but the top 7 best seats to sit on the plane. And I don't know if you know about this, Marcus. So are you flying to Larapinta or are you driving?
Yeah, I'm flying up to Alice Springs. Yep, flying up there.
Well, mate, I reckon this tip's for you, right, Julio? I think the top 7 best seats to sit in the plane. So this is for you, mate, just to look after your back. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Jakarta and Indonesia, but we're going to also give you some tips there, Mr. Mark, all about the top 7 best seats. You got to make sure that you get the best seat flying up to Alice Springs. What do you reckon?
You'll need it.
Sounds good. Now, what are we going to do while Paul leaves us, Julio?
Do we have
Well, Paul said he's going to leave us. Okay. He's leaving us.
Do we keep going?
Oh, is he leaving us? Oh,
I think you're going to stay with us, mate.
I better stay with you. Okay, all right.
Better stay with us, mate, because you can't leave the team, mate. Now, Paul, I just want to know what your favourite part of the whole trip was.
Oh, mate, it goes without saying, is the Jazz Festival. It's the reason why I go. My 6th year, it's 3 days back to back of over 30 to 40 artists doing their thing, and spending an hour, 45 minutes to an hour with each artist in a grandstand or like an auditorium or a grandstand environment, outside in a major showground sort of arena, and just watching these players and listening to the music and the style. It's the best thing. It's the best thing in the world. Absolutely. 100%. Hands down.
Well, you might as well give your show a bit of a plug. What do you do on Friday nights? What's that show all about? You do on this station, 98.9 Northwest FM?
Yeah, it's Melbourne's best mix of smooth jazz. So it's a smooth jazz radio show. We play smooth jazz. We interview artists. Just recently, just before I went away, we had the great man Evan Karadakis release. He's a smooth jazz saxophonist from Tasmania, and he just released his latest track, Paradise Beach. So I travel around when I can and go and see people. In actual fact, he's got a show coming up this Sunday at the Merry Bar. All right, so if you're free Sunday, guys, I'm going to be there. Or if our listeners are out there interested in some smooth jazz, top sort of pop style jazz.
What time is this, mate? What time?
Good point. Let me come back to you on that one, and I'll let you know. I think it's 5 o'clock. Let me have a quick look, geezer. But if you want to make yourself available to come and see Evan Karadakis live at the Merry Bar this coming Sunday, and you will not be disappointed. Let me tell you. But
they get to meet the famous Toothpicks Paul Curry, do they?
They get to meet Toothpicks Curry as well. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Where is it? I think it's here, isn't it? It's the Merry Bar.
Now, Merry Bar.
Merry Bar. Let's have a look.
So, who's your favourite artist of all time? Jazz guy. Any chance we'd know who that you're talking about, or who is it first?
Well, mate, absolutely. Bob James would have to be. He's a pianist.
Bobby James, eh? Bobby James. Now. Bobby James. He's a household name. Do you know Bobby James, Julio?
Yeah, I do. Oh, it rings a bell, but no, probably not.
Come on, mate. You don't know
Bob James.
You know Tom Jones. That's what you're thinking about, Julio.
Well, Tom Jones not necessarily jazz, but like if you can go to our mate with the googly eyes, and he done some lovely duets. The Italian mate, our Italian friend, he died recently.
Italian friend died recently.
Curly hair, Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
Oh, that's more of the classic style sort of,
tones, eh?
Good old tones. But I mean, that's more, duets and stuff like that. But like if jazz in regards Chick Corea, Larry Carlton, Bob James, Brian Simpson, the list just goes on. It's absolute plethora of names out there of artists internationally and even in Australia. And who's Australian? Benjamin Harrison, Evan Karadakis, David White.
So how popular is the old jazz? Is it increasing in it being popular, or is it sort of on its way out?
Jazz in itself, the genre in itself, eclectic jazz. No, it's very, very in. Smooth jazz is borderline. We're trying to keep it alive, and that's one of the reasons why we've got Smooth Jazz Melbourne live, 24/7 radio, a terrestrial radio.
Is that
online.
Is that why they put you on the 12 o'clock at night shift? To is that because it's sort of on its way out?
No, it's not. We're going to keep it alive. Got to keep it alive. Well, a lot of people attune it. I liken it to like elevator music, but I mean that's because the people that are in elevators, they got no idea anyways. But it's not elevator music whatsoever. But it's got a good soul to it, and music transcends to all different parts of the world, mate. It speaks all languages. So jazz in its finest, smooth jazz, acid jazz, rock, all that sort of stuff.
Mate. That's enough.
Speaks a language. Jazz. I know you like jazz, Marcus.
All right, mate.
I've got your mate up there, New Order. I've got New Order ready to play, but obviously we can't do that. No, you're into the whole New Order thing.
Yeah.
So where are you up to, mate? Are we going to a break, or are we going to ask Paul about?
No, I'm trying to find a good break, but at the moment.
All right, Paul. What about squash, mate? Because you play a bit of sport. I'm trying to get people to get to know you a bit, Paul. The real you. Like what are you on about? You're on about your jazz, and you play a bit of squash, yeah?
Play a bit of squash as well, mate. Yeah, definitely. I had a game last night. Actually took the trophy. I won the trophy last night. Won 4 games. Had 4 guys play, and we played 2 games each, and I think I won one round.
Look, I'm not trying to put you down or anything, mate, but normally you lose 4 games in a row. How come you won 4 games in a row last night? Were all the boys sick, or were they feeling off, or what was going on?
Yeah, I think, mate, good question, and I'll answer that because if you just joined us, it is the Paul Marketing and Tech Guy show, and it's not May the 15th either. But what date is it? Anyway, Why did we win? Oh, I think I was spirited, mate. You know, like, I mean, I had a couple of weeks off. I came back from a trip and didn't do a game. And so I've had three sessions off, I think. So I was feeling tough and tight and ready to go.
So not playing has actually helped your game, is it? Is that what you're talking about?
I think so. Well, it seemed like that because I haven't won for 3 years. All of a sudden I won. And I bet my good friend Fabulous, and he was pretty cut because I actually bet him twice. And the main guy, Boomy, you can't beat this guy. He's just the way he plays is unbelievable. I bet him. So it's just like.
But what's been your secret, mate? Was it you changed your strategy, your style? Have you got a new little sneaky shot, or what is it?
I think it's the jazz, mate. I think I was full of jazz. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, mate. So you're dancing around the court, listening to your jazz.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
That's a bit
exactly.
Back on it.
Oh,
wow.
I guess all things work, right? So,
yeah. Well, mate, let's finish off this little interview with you with just tell us about what you do during the day, mate. What's your day job? Oh, hang on.
Thanks for asking, buddy. So my day job is I work for a not-for-profit, a social enterprise, and head of retail catering. We run catering and retail services for construction and university sites. That's an interesting picture there. Are you ready to roll?
No, whenever you're ready, I'm just going to turn this off or bring it down, just size it down, and off you go.
Okay. So my day job is working with marginalised youth. We run, as I said, hospitality services in construction and university sites, and we work with young people in need, so sort of marginalised youth, giving them opportunities of employment, skill them and train them in hospitality, and give them hope and opportunity, development, nurturing, all that sort of thing. And see them creating a pathway of future employment for these young people. So we're running sort of hospitality. So I'll work with you, Marcus. So you maybe give us a bit of a spice on your end there, buddy. Hey, look at that.
That's good. That's good, mate. You're looking good there, Paul. Looking good. You're out. Superstar today, mate. You're looking young, trendy, like you've been listening to jazz half your life.
Absolutely, mate. So, hey, guys, 6 o'clock went on Sunday, the Paradise Beach Tour 2024 live at the Merry Bar, Edmund Karadakis and his. All right, free entry. It's in Preston, 15 Gilbert Road, Preston. Get down there, check him out. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. And it's a pop style jazz. He's amazing live. So, Marcus, will I see you there? Julio, you be there?
Yeah, you invite me. Yes,
sorry, mate. I can't be there this week, mate. I'd love to be there, but I can't. What about you, Julio?
Yes, I'll try to come.
Come down, mate. 6 o'clock at the Merry Bar. You'll love it. Will not be disappointed. Shall we go for a break? Yes. And we'll be right back with the boys. Paul Mark and the Tech Guy here at 98.9 Northwest FM. Don't go anywhere because we've got lots coming up. Top 7 around 7. Also, Marks Rant and talking tech with Julio up very, very soon. Okay.
So here you go, Mark. I decided to put a little bit of a back history little video that I made up. Or this is us in a helicopter one day. Me and Brett decided to go for a helicopter ride. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Basically, here's off we go. So there we are.
So I lost you, Mark. Like a good little thing coming up there.
Yeah. So that was a good day out, going out to see the world. So yeah,
that's good, mate. Yeah. Here we are. Paul's enjoying the music there. You can see he's right on it, and he forgets that we're on air here at 98.9 Northwest FM, and just you and me again, Julio, as usual. We're holding the fort here, and yeah. So you know.
So yeah, so we are looking forward to more people following us on the Paul, Mark, and the Tech Guy channel on Facebook. I'll put the actual site up on our on us, so people could pass on the message that we need followers to keep us going. So hopefully we get some followers happening across.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, mate. And maybe you also put something about the link to the Lara Pinder Big Brothers Big Sisters site for those that want to support. I'll be putting something on our Facebook page for those who want to support me walking for this 4 or 5 day trip, which seems like mission impossible in many ways, Julio. But I'm sure we're going to get there. You know,
you'll get there.
So, yeah,
you'll find that.
Paul's left us for a few minutes here. He's left us holding the baby as usual, but it's all good, mate. Actually, I'm looking forward to next week's show. We've got John Michael on, and he's quite an interesting man. Does image coaching and life coaching, and a strong advocate. A lot of connection with media, and really has got a good understanding of what life's all about. So it's really looking forward to seeing John Michael on 98.9 Northwest FM, the Paul, Mark, and the Tech Show, 7 o'clock next Wednesday, Julio.
Yeah, that looks really good. So I'm looking forward to meeting John and finding out his entire tell on things. So
really and we've got Gloria Anderson's popped in to see us, and are we all going on a holiday? Well, I'll tell you what, Gloria could probably walk the Lara Pinder Trail. She's a good, quite fit, and
maybe it's a good person to send you off.
Going on holiday. I wonder where she wants to go on holidays.
Probably anywhere at the moment. Probably anywhere at the moment. So
yeah,
she's probably open to any holiday when they do. But maybe she should come with you to Lara Pinder.
Maybe we better put her comment up there on the screen, Julio, and maybe we could ask her what sort of places does she want to go on holiday. Good evening, Gloria. Nice to have you on the show tonight. And there's her profile that proves that probably where she wants to go is down the beach, I'd say. I think she likes the beach, Gloria. Where do you like to go, Julio? What's your favorite holiday destination?
Me, I really like pretty much bushy areas. So anywhere where there's nice bush, nice scenery, a bit of a climb. That's pretty much what tingles my excitement. So yeah. So I'm not really a city person, so I don't like that.
Maybe that's why people like going to the Wilson's Promontory or down to the lawn, is you get a bit of bush and you get a bit of water, and it's quite amazing sort of places down there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few of those. That's good in that way. So anywhere up the coast, I think of all this great country is nice to be. There's some nice places up at Foster in New South Wales. They're a really nice place there as well.
Yeah. I tell you what, if you want to go bush, the Grampians, you can't get past them, can you? The old Grampians are pretty good.
Yeah, true.
But I do like where we go for a walk, Julio, down to Warrandyte. What do you think about Warrandyte? I mean, a bit close. It's not like a holiday.
I do, but I do like that river. So it's really nice when you go for a walk there and you got the river behind you, and it feels like you're secluded. I know it's pretty close, but it does feel like you're secluded, especially in their park there, in the reserve down the end there.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome spot.
So holidays are very important, and whether you're going to the beach or you're going inland or wherever you're going, or just going to the city. Well, I'm looking forward to going to Lara Pinder because it's going to be out in the middle of nowhere, and there's not going to be much out there, mate. No,
well, I look on this picture. You have good sunshine. Looks like you're going to have good sunrises and good sunsets. By the looks of things with that. So
they got beanies on, so it looks like it's going to be a bit frosty.
Yeah, I think they are locals, so I don't think you'll be really dealing with the heat.
And that's what I bought the other day. Julio, see that guy's got a I've got one of them on. but they got the torch on the head.
Yep.
I bought one of those, $60.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
Well, a head torch.
Take one, so I bought one, and yeah.
Oh wow, he's back.
We're back. We're back after that session. Let me just tell you, that was Beaver Loop and Schofield. I don't know if you heard of that band.
Yeah.
Schofield. Do you know that one? Tech guy? Do you know that?
Yeah, I do. Yes, it's been a while since I've listened to Schofield. So
I reckon our friend on Thursday night, James.
Yeah,
he'd love that song. He'd love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, maybe.
Talking about the old radio people, Paul, I tell you what, our old mate, the barracks of the Brisbane Lions, wouldn't be too happy with his season. But James Nolas, I reckon he'd be quietly confident of the Pies this year, going back to back.
You reckon? Quietly confident now, do you think?
I think he would be. Yeah, I think he'd be feeling okay.
Oh, well. Okay, we'll see what happens. They're in the 8, yeah? They just popped in the 8, right?
Yeah, they're in the 8, all right. They're in the 8, all
right. Quite a few injuries, though. They got some of their main guys off.
They're still winning.
Really?
They're still winning. Yeah. Yeah.
See what happens.
So,
who are they playing next? Who are they playing this week?
Don't know.
Where is he? James, where are you, mate? Jump on the Facebook and tell us who they're playing this week.
Yeah. Well, Mike Bax, I don't know where Mike Bax has been, but I know he supports the Lions, but I wonder what's happened with the Lions this year. But
they're playing North this week. That's going to be an easy one, you reckon?
Yeah.
That'll be an easy one for Collingwood. For sure. Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
It depends.
All right, boys, we better keep moving on, eh? We got Paul's 7 in 7, have we, mate?
That's it, mate. Yeah, coming up 7 at 7. Go for it, Julio.
7 at 7. Here we go. Oops, sorry, I'm a bit behind here. My timing is really bad today.
I really love that intro. For our viewers who don't get to see that, jump onto our Facebook page and follow us and watch that video because it's sensational. I love that, Juliet. Fantastic. Yes, it's me, Paul, here on 98.9 Northwest FM. It's the top 7 around 7. So as Mark alluded just before that wonderful Beaver Loop song, I went away. I was just come back from Indonesia, Java Jazz Festival. We spent around about 10 days in Indonesia. It's interesting when you go, I don't know about you, Marcus, or Tech Guy, when you go and book your seats to go away, you want to have a favorite seat. Right? So I always book the aisle. I love the aisle. I hate getting in the middle. Like if you got 3, 3, 3, or you got a 2 configuration, 4 and 2, where's your best place you want to be? Julio, where would you like to sit?
Me personally,
You like the middle?
To the toilets.
Near the toilets. Well, there you go. That's an interesting point. Marcus, what about you, mate? Where do you like to sit on the plane?
I'm on the aisle, mate. On the aisle near the front of the plane.
In the front of the plane. Interesting. All right.
Near the front.
Okay. I book always over the wing, right? Because I feel that there's a reasonably good balance. I hate being at the front because you go up too high, which is silly. Or the back, it's very bumpy, right? So isn't some interesting facts. So we were booking our flight, our chairs to come back, and we said, look, we want to sit together, but we want all aisle seats. And the guy from the Airways, it was Qantas actually in Indonesia, and he's like, oh, yeah. Anyway, difficult. Top 7 around 7, top 7 best seats to sit in a plane. Can you believe it? So take note, friends, if you're listening tonight. Number 1, best seat for minimizing the effects of turbulence is a seat over the wing. Did you know that, Marcus?
No, that sounds good, mate. That's good. Yeah,
that sounds.
And that's about the middle of the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the middle of the plane. Usually, I think it's on a small one. It's around about 17, 19, or a larger one, 39. That's number 1. So number 1, if you missed that one there, the best seat for minimizing the effects of turbulence is a seat over the wing. All right, number 2, the best seat for peace and quiet. Believe it or not, Marcus, and I think this is for you, brother, because you always catch the front. Sit in the front. A seat near the front. Now, isn't that interesting why it's so much more quieter in the front?
Yeah, it's nice up there.
That's interesting. So you can't hear the noise of the cohorts in the back.
I go up front.
That's it. You like being first. As long as you get there first, that's all he needs.
No, well, he's still in the top 7. He's still in the top 7. Number 3, best seat for legroom, a bulkhead or an exit row seat. Are you guys at all exit rows, or are you a bit scared about doing the whole exit thing if there was an emergency?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind that.
So would you ask for it, or you just normally get it?
No, I sometimes get it, then but no, I don't really ask for it. No.
All right, that's cool. I don't mind. I don't mind the leg. If you've had a long flight, I think the leg room's really good. But I love the aisle. Put the leg out the side. Love the aisle. Talk to the waiter. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, can I have another gin? Number 4, best seat for sleeping, a window seat in a bulkhead row. Well, there you go.
Sorry, Paul, can I just ask, what is a bulkhead row? I've never heard of that before.
Bulkhead row is with the luggage, like on the left side, left or right sides, not in the middle. Left or right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right. So number 4 was the best seat for sleeping. For your top 7 best seats to sit in the plane, a window seat in the bulkhead row. Number 5, best seat for extra space without a seatmate. So without a seat person right next to you, a seat towards the back. Well, that's interesting.
Oh, really?
So extra spaces in the back. I thought it was the exit row.
Yeah,
there you go, Marcus. Yeah. So there's more room in the back if you didn't have a companion.
Yeah. Well, it's best seats.
Right there.
So are you taking your trainer to Larapinta, Marcus?
No, he won't come. I tried to get him to come, so But all right. So that's interesting.
Number six on the top 7 best seats to sit in the plane. Best seat for a tight connection, a seat closest to the front exit. So I think that's where Mr. Mark Watt sits, just so he can get out and catch his next flight to Alice Springs. Is that right?
Yeah.
Number 6. Number 7 on tonight's top 7 around 7, the best seats to sit in a plane is the best seat for passengers of size and aisle seat. So I'm a bit sort of bulky, so I love there you go, look at that. I love the aisles. What we got number? We've got number 8 aisle, we've got number whatever, configs, but I'm always on the end. There's the top 7.
That's a big plane, Julio. That's a big plane.
Woo! That is
17 seater.
3 and 3 config.
Yep, 2 and 3.
It's an Airbus A380, double seater, double decker.
That's it.
You fly A380 all the time, don't you, mate?
I try to, yes.
Well, that's it, mate. What do we got next? Oh, watch out for Marks Rant right around the corner.
Right.
Oh, here it is. I bet you, Marcus, you got to make it.
Oh, I tell you what, boys, I reckon people in the charity sector that's been really hit hard by the outcome of COVID the last few years, being able to cancel events, and the rise in money, inflation, all the rising prices, no one wanting to give money to anyone, all the charities going broke, a lot of pressure on charities out there, incredible pressure on charities out there. Julio, there's a lot of them going broke, mate, out there and really struggling, where needs are going up. So our needs are going up. There's more people needing help in the community, and there's less money to help them. And I know a few charities that are having to shut their doors. So it's really tough times. And then this is not a political comment, because he could be innocent. Not saying he's guilty, although the court found him guilty.
It's been stopped.
He raises over 200.
The powers knocking him down.
I think
hold on for it.
He's even affecting the internet.
Yeah.
He raises $200 million for nothing.
That's it.
It's not going to the poor people. It's not helping the needy. It's $200 million that people are giving. What are they giving it for? That's unbelievable. While all the poor people in America are starving, dying of starvation, and you got some guy making money off a court case, I think that's no good, Paul. What do you reckon? As a charity man running a charity, don't you reckon that's terrible?
Who's that?
Well, we can't mention his name on radio, but it sounds like Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah, right.
Sounds like,
Yes.
I mean,
Mate,
don't you think as a charity guy,
Yes.
what do you reckon about that?
Oh,
People are
perspective.
dying out there, Paul, of starvation, of homelessness. They're suffering from homelessness, domestic violence, all these problems going on in the world, and charities can't raise a razoo, and you got some guy making money off the court system.
Off the court system, mate. Oh, well, he's
Well, making everyone feel guilty, and he's raised over. How much money has he raised, Julio? What do you reckon?
So far, he's up to nearly, I think it was 590 million.
590 million.
Wow.
Now, Julio, I want you to do me a favour, because our old mate Milton Wilds just got on, and he reckons I'm a mountaineer, which is that's probably the nicest thing he's ever said to me in my whole life. But do you reckon you and Milton could ask old Mr. Donald Trump? And I got nothing against the man. Could you ask him for just maybe $100,000 out of $5 million? $500 million.
Well, maybe he's got a point there. Maybe you guys need to act more like him and get $200 million straight away.
You might have a thing there, Julia.
All right. What do I got to do? I'm going to bribe Paul. I'm going to tell Paul. I'm going to give Paul $100 if you don't say anything. Don't say anything about me to anyone, Paul. I'm going to. Yeah. Is that breaking the law, Julio, or what?
No, I'm not sure. You got to talk. It looks like in some cases you are. So maybe the situation here is you need to look at a different avenue, like Donald did, and go, how can I raise capital? Maybe get yourself arrested, then put on the news, and then make a big case out of, and then off you go, and all the poor people feel sorry for you and start handing you cash.
And give you the big bucks, fella. Give you the big bucks.
All right, I got to get myself arrested for something. What would I do to get arrested, Paul? That would make you give me $100.
What would you do? Talk about Donald Trump on 98.9 Northwest FM.
That's it. That's a good start. That's a good start.
That's a good start.
All right. Well, if you want to give me any money, you can get it to Big Brothers, Big Sisters, the Larapinda Walk. So I'm trying to raise $3,500, and I'm trying to get my old mate Julio to ring up Donald and ask him if he'll make a contribution to my walk.
Okay.
Sounds great. That's it.
Can you do that, Julio?
I'll ask him. I'll ask and see how it go, and go from there. So we're going to figure out, which is the best way to deal with this. So,
all right. Well, that's me for tonight, boys. I think we're off to the Tech Man segment now.
We're talking tech with the tech guy. There he is, Mr. Julio. Up to you.
Up to me. Here we go for the tech shows.
Hey.
I'm all over the place here. I'm getting. Okay, this week Mark had me a bit of a go here, so I've been put on the side. So he gave me a good idea talking before about the use of LED headlamps. And how we could use them, and his idea of walking in the bushes and chucking one of these on, and off we go. The thing is, I didn't ask him. The question was, what type did he get, and is it suitable for his needs? Would he need like one of these with a single light, or does he need 3 lights, or does he need like 10 of them just to make sure it brightens up the walk at night and during the day? So on top of that, we're discussing as well with Paul about issues with his connections and points of views, and about jacks and how to fix up all those things like that. So in like chargers and all the rest. So we talked about chat this before, but Paul sort of got me thinking about how much gunk goes inside ports and jacks that blocks them up, and how often do we clean them, and what is the best solution for that? And
good question.
And to me, the one that I've always seen that works really well is toothpicks. So toothpick, and using a toothpick to actually clean out the jack is quite useful, especially your phone chargers, because it's not conductive, so it actually doesn't cause any issues inside the jack port. And if you actually do it a couple of times, you notice that mostly lint comes out quite common, especially from your phones. So I'm hoping that is useful today, about a good tip about what to do with cleaning out your jacks. And also for Mark, light yourself up with that big torch in your head, and hopefully it goes well with you with Larapinda walk.
Yeah, well, mate, and I'm sure toothpicks.
Fantastic.
Curry's got some toothpicks, so he'll be able to figure that out pretty well. So it's good.
Got one in the bag, mate. I'll go and grab one shortly. Pull it out. That's really cool, Julia. They're really insightful. Yeah, well done, mate. That's awesome. I mean, it's so simple, isn't it?
Yeah,
that could make a difference. Clear up, have some clarity around your audio, because at the moment I've very, very finite, sort of very light hearing in my headphones there. But that was awesome, guys. Sensational. Well, it's coming up today. It's 8:01. We do need to say thank you and good night. But guys, it's been a wonderful show. We've got John Michaels, next week here on the Paul Mark and the Tech Guy show. Quick wrap up for John Michael, Marcus. For next week.
No, it's going to be great having John on board next week. He's a image coach. He runs Image Coach International. He coaches people all around the world. So he's an international guy. Got a lot of great comments and thoughts about things. So he's a life coach as well. So I'm hoping that he's going to be able to help Julio out a bit, because Julio needs a bit of help with his dress and his life and a whole range of things. So really looking forward to the impact the show's going to have on Julio next week. So another one for you, Julio.
I better wear a suit next week then, just to make sure I suit the needs, and just writing down notes. Suit for Julio next week.
Suit for Julio, yeah. Make a note. I've got a note for it.
Okay, and I'll probably chuck in a top hat on top of that. Top hat.
Yeah, and a top. That'd be awesome. With your headphones, mate. Great. We're looking forward to the Tech Guy next week. Looking for you talking tech, and also Marks Rant and 7 around 7, I should say. Top 7 around 7 next week. Thanks so much for joining us in Radio Land and also via the live stream. If I can just encourage one more time, Julio, if you can put up the Facebook link for people to jump on and follow us at the Paul Mark and the Tech Guy Show. We're going to do a bit of a campaign. We need to grow really quickly, because we want next week to do this live via the Paul Mark and Tech Guy Tech Man website. Facebook page, and you need to follow us. If you can follow us, please, that'd be sensational. It's 100 follows, so we can go live stream next week. But you can also see us at 98.9 Northwest FM and Community Heart. Hey, thanks to the Community Heart guys too for allowing us to stream into their platform. Really appreciate that. It's always a pleasure, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure doing the show with you guys. Look forward to seeing you next week. And don't forget, people, text someone and say that you're going to be back here Wednesday, 7 p.m. next Wednesday, because John Michael's on, image coach. Julio's going to be wearing a suit and a top hat, and Marcus is going to be new back, ready for Larapinda.
That's
Larapinda.
Larapinda. Done. There you go.
Brothers and sisters, Larapinda. It's happening. It's all happening.
Yeah.
Thanks, dudes.
Thank you
very much. Northwest FM. We've got music coming up on the hour. Don't go anywhere, because there's great programming. Takes you right through the night and to tomorrow and throughout the week. But we'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye. See you guys.